Welcome, gents. Some people walk into a room and demand attention. You walk in, say nothing, and make everyone nervous. Let's be honest, being a Sigma male isn't about pretending to be mysterious or acting like you don't care. It's not some trend or internet fantasy. It's about being someone who knows who he is, doesn't follow the crowd, and refuses to play games just to be accepted. You move differently, quietly, strategically. You don't chase validation, you don't beg for respect, you earn it through action, consistency, and staying 10 steps ahead. And that's exactly why people fear you. You're dangerous, not because you're loud or aggressive, but because you're independent, unshakable, and immune to manipulation. That makes the insecure nervous. Your haters? They didn't expect you to be this calm under pressure. They hoped you'd explode, fold, or beg. Instead, you leveled up silently while they stayed stuck in their own drama. Being a Sigma male isn't easy, it's lonely sometimes, misunderstood most of the time, but make no mistake, it's powerful. You're not here to fit into this world, you're here to outgrow it, outsmart it, and outlast the noise. So if you've ever felt like you don't belong, like you're too sharp, too real, or just wired differently, this message is for you. You're not broken. You're built differently, and it's time the world sees that. Watch this video. Not for motivation, but for confirmation. You're not alone and you're not crazy. You're a Sigma male, and you're more dangerous than they ever expected. Let's get started, gents. Number 1, you win battles no one even knows you're fighting. That line right there, that's the quiet truth about Sigma males. While everyone else is busy showing off, trying to look strong, you're out here doing real damage behind the curtain. No audience, no applause. Just silent wins that hit harder than 1,000 loud speeches. You don't walk around announcing your struggles. You don't post every setback, every grind, or every comeback. You keep it all tucked inside. Your pain, your focus, your grind, and you move. People don't even realize you were in a storm until they see how much stronger you came out on the other side. That's real power. You solve things privately. You take the hits, adjust your strategy, and adapt. While others are out there needing validation, needing someone to tell them you're doing great, you already know what you're doing. You're too busy becoming the version of yourself that your enemies swore you'd never be. And let's talk about those enemies, the ones who talk behind your back, hope for your downfall, secretly watch your every move. They can't stand how you operate. You don't fight like them. You don't broadcast. You build. You quietly get your money right, you protect your peace, you upgrade yourself in silence, and then, boom, you show up as someone they can't even recognize anymore. That unseen dominance, it eats at them, because in a world where everyone needs to show they're winning, you actually win, and it's those quiet victories, the ones they never saw coming, that make them feel powerless. So let them keep talking, let them keep guessing. You've got battles to win, not headlines to chase. Keep building in silence. Let your results scream for you. That's Sigma energy. That's your lane. Stay in it. Number 2, you don't bark. You just bite when it's time. Most people are all noise, loud opinions, empty threats, constant bragging. They bark like wild dogs, hoping someone takes them seriously. But you're the exact opposite. You let people talk. You let them underestimate you. You let them assume you're not paying attention, and while they're running their mouths, you're watching silently. Patiently, waiting for the right moment. You don't need to prove you're powerful. You know what you're capable of. You don't need to flex, post about it, or throw empty warnings. You let your actions do the talking. And when you finally move, you don't just respond, you end it. Clean, direct. No second round, no drama, just results. That's what makes you dangerous. People are used to theatrics, big emotions, public fights, attention-seeking chaos. They don't know how to handle someone who doesn't show his cards, someone who stays calm even when provoked. They mistake that calm for weakness, easy, until it's too late. When you strike, it's not loud, it's final. You don't go back and forth. You don't argue to prove a point. You just handle it, then move on like nothing happened. And that kind of cold, focused action, it stays in people's heads, it lingers, it haunts, because now they know you were never the loud one. But you were always the real threat. You're not in this world to play ego games or win attention. You're built for precision, for timing, for quiet dominance. Let the others keep barking for validation. You've got bigger things to do, bigger plays to make, bigger wins to secure, so keep moving how you move. Stay calm, stay sharp, let them keep guessing, and when the time comes, bite so hard they never forget who they messed with. That's how real power shows up, and that's why you don't need the noise. Number 3, your independence invalidates their entire strategy. Let's get one thing straight. They don't fear your strength. They fear the fact that you don't need them. You're not relying on their approval, their paycheck, their network, or their fake sense of control. That shakes them, because most people can be controlled by one simple thing: dependence. Take something away and they crumble. But you built your life to be unshakable. They can't starve you out because you've already learned how to feed yourself mentally, emotionally, financially. You don't wait for someone to hand you power. You create it. You don't play their games. You build your own board. That alone throws off their entire playbook. They can't isolate you because solitude doesn't scare you. It sharpens you. While others fear being alone, you thrive in it. That quiet time, that's where you think clearer, move smarter, and reconnect with your purpose. You're not looking to be part of every crowd, group, or social scene. You choose your circles with precision, and when needed, you move alone without hesitation. And they can't scare you with loss, because you've already detached from needing constant comfort. You've survived storms, walked through fire, and rebuilt without help. So threats don't work on you. Guilt doesn't stick. Fear doesn't freeze you. You are untouchable, not because you're invincible, but because you're independent. And in a world designed to keep people addicted to systems, applause, and approval, you broke the chain. You became the system. That's why they panic. Because if more people did what you did, took their power back, cut the strings, and stopped begging to belong, the whole illusion would collapse. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep being unshakable, unbothered, and untamed. Your independence is your shield, and every time they try to break you, they just remind themselves that they can't. Number 4, you know when to disappear and when to re-emerge more powerful. You don't vanish because you're lost. You disappear because you're planning something. That's the difference between you and the rest. Most people panic when they're not seen, like their worth vanishes if no one's watching. But you choose silence. You choose solitude. Because you know what happens in the dark is what defines you in the light. Your absence isn't weakness, it's strategy. It's you stepping back to recharge, rethink, and reload. While others are burning out from trying to stay relevant 24/7, you're conserving energy, fine-tuning your focus, and sharpening your next move. You're not just resting, you're evolving, and that's what they don't see coming. When you re-emerge, you're not the same man who disappeared. You come back colder, smarter, stronger, more disciplined, more dangerous. You come back with your boundaries tighter, your goals clearer, and your tolerance for nonsense gone. It rattles people because they thought your silence meant defeat. They assumed your distance was a sign of retreat. But what they didn't know was that you were building in private, upgrading in ways that couldn't be explained, only shown. And when you show up again, they don't even recognize you. See, you've mastered something most can't, the power of timing. You know when to vanish. You know when to move. And when you return, it's never just to blend in, it's to take over, quietly, completely. So let them wonder, let them assume, let them talk while you work. You don't owe them updates, you owe yourself results. And when the time is right, show up so sharp that even your silence from before makes sense. That's how Sigma males move. You don't beg for the spotlight. You become it after you've earned it in the dark. Number 5, you don't expose your plans, you let outcomes do the talking. In a world addicted to oversharing, you're the one who knows when to shut up and move in silence. While everyone else is busy posting, announcing, and flexing things they haven't even earned yet. You're already in motion, quietly, intentionally, and without distractions. You don't feel the need to broadcast your every idea, goal, or next step. Why? Because you understand something most people don't. Talking too much waters down the power of your moves. You'd rather build something solid in the dark than brag about something fragile in the light. While they're busy talking about what they're about to do, you're already halfway done. And when you do show up with results, it's too late for them to copy, block, or compete. The move's already been made, the power shift has already happened, and they didn't see it coming because you didn't hand out a preview. Your silence isn't shyness, it's discipline, it's self-control. It's knowing that the loudest man in the room is usually overcompensating for not actually having much. You've outgrown the need to impress people with potential. Now you just deliver. No announcements, no countdowns, no permission. Let them keep guessing. Let them wonder what you're working on. That confusion is part of your advantage. Because when your life starts leveling up, when your body changes, your income grows, your mindset sharpens, you don't have to explain a thing, it shows. And trust me, nothing screams louder than undeniable results. That's how you really flex. That's how you really win. So keep moving how you move, quiet, focused, intentional. Let your progress speak. Let your peace speak. Let your success do the talking. And let the silence before it make it even louder. Number 6, you're not mysterious. You're just not desperate. People love to label you as mysterious, as if you're some puzzle they just can't crack. But the truth? You're not hiding anything. You're just not desperate to let everyone in. You don't feel the need to share every little detail about yourself to prove your value or invite people into your world. You're not performing for anyone's attention or approval, and that's what makes others feel uneasy. In a world where everyone is trying to be seen, heard, and understood at all times, you stand as a reminder that not everything needs to be on display. You don't crave validation, so you don't overshare. You don't need anyone's approval to feel whole. That's what confuses people. In a society where being open is often equated with being genuine, your silence doesn't come off as guarded. It comes off as powerful. You're not playing games or trying to manipulate anyone with your elusive nature. You're simply living for yourself, with no strings attached to the constant need to explain who you are. And that, your lack of desperation, becomes the thing that gets under people's skin. The insecure ones are the first to notice this. They see your calm detachment and can't help but wonder why you don't need them, why you're not running to prove something. It makes them question their own desperation to be liked, to be seen, to be validated. The truth is, you're not mysterious at all. You're just completely at ease with yourself, and that alone makes you stand out in a world full of noise. You don't need to chase attention or reveal all of your layers to make an impact. Your quiet confidence and refusal to perform is what makes you irresistible. And that's why they can't figure you out. It's not that they don't understand you, it's that they're not used to someone who doesn't need them to. Number 7, your revenge isn't destruction, it's transformation. Imagine someone who wronged you, expecting that by hurting you, they'd leave a lasting mark. But instead of lashing out or seeking revenge in the old-fashioned way, you choose to evolve. You focus on transforming yourself so completely that the version of you they once knew is completely out of reach. You don't waste your energy on tearing things down. Instead, you rebuild and improve, turning every negative into fuel for growth. When you take the high road of transformation, you let your success be the answer. It's not about retaliating with bitterness or creating chaos in their lives. It's about quietly stepping away from the drama and investing in yourself. Every setback becomes an opportunity to learn, and every slight becomes a stepping stone to becoming a better version of yourself. And soon enough, those who tried to hold you back realize that their attempts to hurt you have only pushed you to new heights. By focusing on self-improvement, you make your personal growth your ultimate statement. While they're busy plotting your downfall or feeling justified in their actions, you're out there evolving in ways they never imagined. You upgrade your skills, deepen your understanding, and widen your horizons. And when they finally catch a glimpse of your new self, it's too late. You're already far ahead of where they ever thought you'd be. This kind of transformation isn't about destruction, it's about creation. You're crafting a life that stands as a testament to your resilience and inner strength. Your journey is a quiet revolution, one that shows that the best revenge isn't to burn bridges or exact punishment, but to build a stronger, more impressive life that renders their efforts meaningless. So when someone wrongs you, remember, true power lies in transformation. Instead of chasing revenge, channel that energy into becoming someone so remarkable that the past version of you is unrecognizable. Let your evolution be the lasting, undeniable proof that you rise above every single time. Number 8, you're not cruel, but you're capable. Most people like to label you as someone who's always calm and peaceful, and sure you are. But what they don't see is that Your calm isn't born from weakness. It's a deliberate choice. You choose peace because it keeps you focused and in control, not because you're incapable of a strong reaction when needed. That's what makes you so intriguing. Your haters cling to the hope that you're always docile because it's easier for them to dismiss you as harmless. But beneath that composed exterior lies a person who's fully aware of their power. You've spent years learning that true strength isn't measured by outbursts or aggression. It's measured by the ability to remain steady when chaos surrounds you. You know that anger is a tool, and like any tool, it's best used with precision. You're peaceful by choice, not because you can't be fierce. And that difference is what unsettles those who doubt you. They imagine that if you were pushed far enough, you'd crumble or lash out blindly. Instead, they're met with a controlled, calculated force that makes them rethink every underestimation. When pushed to the limit, you don't explode out of cruelty. You simply reveal the depth of your capability, something you've kept under wraps until the moment truly calls for it. Your measured response is a reminder that while you prefer to keep the peace, you're not someone to be trifled with. You're the kind of person who builds strength over time, harnessing every experience as fuel to become even more resilient. So when people try to pin you down as just peaceful, you let your actions speak for themselves. Your ability to maintain control even in tough situations is the quiet warning that you're not to be mistaken for weakness. Instead, you're a force that stands ready, capable of protecting your peace and interests with a power that's both respected and, yes, a little terrifying. And that's what makes you so uniquely formidable. Number 9, you're immune to their validation economy. The world runs on validation, likes, comments, followers, applause. Everyone's addicted to the rush of being seen, being praised, and being validated. But not you. You've learned to exist in a world that thrives on external approval without ever needing it. And that's what scares them the most. They think they can control you with their opinions, their social pressures, their whispered judgments. They try to cancel you, shame you, or manipulate your image by weaponizing their applause or lack of it. But here's the catch. Their validation is worthless to you. You've never been addicted to the approval they offer because you know a secret they don't. Their opinions don't define you. They can't cancel you because you've already cancelled the idea that anyone's approval could shape your worth. Their shame doesn't touch you because you're not playing by their rules. You don't need to post a perfectly curated image or chase the latest trends to feel seen. You don't need their likes to tell you who you are. You know who you are. And that's something they'll never understand. When they realize you don't care about their praise, their slander, or their attention, they lose all their power over you. All their attempts to manipulate or control you collapse because they can't reach the one thing that gives them influence, your ego. You're untouchable because you're grounded in your own sense of value, not theirs. You've stepped out of their validation economy and created your own. It's a world where you thrive on self-respect and personal growth, not on public approval. And once they realize they can't touch your peace, your power, or your drive, they have no choice but to watch from the sidelines as you keep soaring. Number 10, you don't argue. You outgrow. You're not in the business of convincing people who already chose not to understand you. Why waste your breath trying to explain your worth to someone who's already decided they can't see it? That's not your job. Your job is to grow. To evolve so fast and so far that they don't even recognize the version of you they once tried to doubt. Most people get caught up in the cycle, defending themselves, clapping back, trying to change minds that were never open to begin with. But not you. You've realized that silence isn't weakness, it's strategy. While they talk, you work. While they throw shade, you shine harder. You don't need to win the argument because you're too busy winning in real life. You know what really shuts people up? Results. Progress. That quiet, consistent glow-up that makes them question how they ever thought they could keep up with you. You don't need revenge. You don't need validation. You just need growth. And you chase it like your life depends on it. And the beautiful part, you stop needing to deal with certain people altogether. Not because you hate them, not because you're bitter, but because you've simply outgrown the room. You're operating on a new frequency, one that doesn't include small talk, small minds, or small energy. You don't rise by dragging people with you. You rise by lifting yourself so high that their opinions can't even reach you anymore. And by the time they realize what happened, you're already somewhere they can't follow. So keep leveling up. Keep evolving quietly. Don't waste your time arguing with people who can't see past their own limits. Just grow so far beyond them that your existence alone becomes the loudest "I told you so" they'll ever hear. Number 11. Your calmness is misread as weakness until it turns into dominance. People have a way of misreading stillness. When you don't react immediately, when you don't rush to make a move, they think you're timid, unsure, or scared. They mistake your calmness for weakness because they expect noise, drama, and fast action to define strength. But here's the thing. They don't understand you. They don't realize that your patience is not about fear, it's about control. You're not just waiting for the right moment, you're mastering it. While they scramble, trying to force a situation or manipulate things to fit their timeline, you're quietly studying, planning, and observing. You're gathering information, watching how the pieces move, waiting for that one shift, that one moment when everything aligns perfectly for you to make your move. And when you do, it's not just a decision, it's a game changer. They've underestimated your calm. They've thought it was hesitation, but the truth is you were never afraid to wait. You understood that real power doesn't come from rushing, it comes from precision. And when the time is right, when the opportunity presents itself, you strike with the kind of force they never saw coming. You flip the game on its head and suddenly they're the ones scrambling to catch up. Your calmness wasn't weakness. It was a strategic silence that now dominates the room. It's the kind of dominance that sneaks up on them, leaves them confused, and ultimately forces them to respect you in ways they never would have if you'd been loud from the start. So let them think you're weak. Let them think you're passive. While they're busy making noise, you're making your moves. And when you show up, they'll know exactly who's in charge. In the end, it's clear that being a Sigma isn't about following the crowd or craving approval. It's about being unapologetically you, a force that doesn't fit into anyone's mold. Whether you identify as a Sigma male or Sigma female, you've carved out your own path. You don't need to shout for attention or seek validation. Instead, your quiet strength and unyielding determination speak volumes. You're dangerous not because you're reckless or aggressive, but because you're capable of profound transformation. Your ability to listen to your inner voice, to outgrow toxic influences, and to keep evolving while others are stuck in the same old patterns is what makes you a true trailblazer. Your haters might be running away, but that only shows they can't handle the powerful presence of someone who refuses to play by their rules. For you, the Sigma journey is a personal revolution, a quiet rebellion against the norms that seek to confine you. Your independence, your strategic silence, and your relentless pursuit of growth set you apart. You've learned that true power comes from within, from knowing who you are and not needing the approval of others. And that's something to be incredibly proud of. So, if you're a Sigma female, remember that your strength lies in your authenticity, your refusal to conform, your calm in the face of chaos, and your steady commitment to your own evolution are your superpowers. Embrace them. Let every quiet victory, every calculated move, and every moment of personal growth remind you that you're unstoppable. You're not just surviving, you're thriving, turning every setback into a stepping stone towards a future that's entirely your own. Keep moving forward, keep evolving, and let your life be the proof that true power is never about the noise. It's all about the impact you make when you walk your own path. Thank you for watching, gents, and God bless you.